Dude, honestly, I'm done. I can even get better than this. I feel like any effort that I make in programming from now on is futile, because this is perfection. Low-key, this is perfection. So we have our value, and then we pipe it somewhere. And pipe means this, right? So, well, first of all, the colon operator just means this, usually, right? But pipes have a special case for it, so that you kind of have this little pipe ability needs sugar, right? So then reverse, strings are immutable in this case. So this just returns ASDF but reversed, and this returns a slice from 1 to 2, so S and D, and then you assert equal. And assert equal means panic if this is not DS. And what's special about this language is that everything is expression, right? So assert equal has to return something. And you don't just return nil, because that makes no sense. Why would you return nil? It's the same cost as returning the value that you passed in. So you return the value that you passed in, and then you do something else with it. So let's say upper, right? You just uppercase it. And this applies to a lot of stuff, right? So for example, inspect. Inspect is one of the most important tools you will have with pipes, because you can put it anywhere, and it's not going to affect the flow in any sort of way at all. You can just copy paste it. It's not going to change anything. Your program is guaranteed to just execute the side effect and work, and then you can delete the line immediately. Is this not? I don't know. I'm loving this. I'm loving this so much. So there's more special cases for this. So for example, dot reverse just gets the field, and it's important if you have a table, and in that table you have a function that you want to call, but you don't want to pass self as the first argument, because you don't have to pass self as the first argument. All right. So also we have this, so fancy, for example, and then you do something with C. So by 2, for example. That's the only way to do so. You can't just do it like that, because that makes no sense. They will try to call a field, they will try to call a global function called C. That's a little bit of disambiguation. So special cases are necessary for this. And a match, right? So a match, first of all, it looks kind of cool. So if we have an error just like this, and we try to match it, so let's say E and then a message, something like this. You just panic with the error, you panic with the message, and then you just return the value. And then you do something else with it. So let's say, I don't know, lower, and you know that V is going to be the same string, because you know what FNC returns. Well, not yet, we're going to have gradual typing, but that's always going to be. I'm not too sure about the syntax. Maybe it should be this. It should probably be this. But what's bad is you don't have to do the match. You don't have to match anything. What you can do instead is use this special fancy pipe. And this gets passed through if this is an OK value, or if it's anything other than error. And this works only if this is an error, right? So for example, panic if this is an error. And if not, you just lower it. And then you continue on after you've handled the error with those two statements, with those two expressions. And I don't know, you can just compose it into so much stuff. And it implies, what it implies, you can write your whole program as a pipe, right? So you can know what the side effects are. You can gather the state. You can do let something in something, which is what a lot of functional languages do. So for example, if you know that the only side effect would be, well, the only input would be, let's say, io.read, right? And then you, let's say, you handle the error. You propagate the error, which means unwrap, essentially, if it's at the top level. And then you, like, I don't know, do upper, and then you like do something with it. So you split by commas, right? And all of that. And that's how you can write your whole program, essentially. Is this not just beautiful? Dude, I'm loving this so much. And when you combine it with other aspects of the language, can I find an example? Oh, polymorphism, ASCII polymorphism. So that's why this is super important, and you can't just do well, first of all, you can't just rely on the table being available to you, because what you're gonna have is tables like this, t.inc, and yeah, that's just what you have. So you don't wanna keep track of the fact that it's definitely a t. You don't want to keep a reference, which you would do like this, and you would address the reference with this, right? You want to do actual like polymorphism. So you would do let a equals this, and let's say transform equals function of self, and then you do self plus self by 2, I don't know, and no, self dot inner, right? And then you have an inner equals a, right? Then you have a b, and then this is going to be, I don't know, asked, no, this is going to be a number actually, 1, 2, 3. and then you do that, and you multiply it like, well, no, you do plus 42, for example. And what you can do here, how you do polymorphism is you do let res is, for example, A or B, and then you do that, and then you do, well, first of all, you can just match it, but we don't have to. You know that it's one of A or B, and if we ever get gradual typing, we're gonna know that this definitely has a trans function. And then we can switch on that instead. So let's say x when number x, then we do, I don't know, x, we do print got got number x, and then it's gonna be all of that. And when it's a string, it's gonna be like this. I don't know. This just seems perfect to me at least. But yeah, that's what we have. That's what we got. Uh, I might have to clear up some ambiguities. So, for example, some stuff is just not possible, and it really should be. For example, short circuit in the pipe, which I'm not sure about. So, for example, you want to handle an error, but you don't really want to return from the function straight up, or you don't want to execute a side effect. You want to short circuit the pipe and return the whole pipe instead. So you can do it like that, and then you can just continue on with all of that. But that's not feasible. So you want to short circuit it somehow, which I'm not sure about. Let's say if we get an error here, for example, then we do, uh-oh, no, can't transform, right? What do we use for this? So we can possibly use one of like those, I'm thinking, right? Because when you look at the trolley problem, there's like this little lever that you have to pull, and that's how you redirect the whole thing, uh, like as a thing, as a mnemonic. I want stuff to be rememberable easily, so that's how I do it. So you like pull the, and it kind of looks like a lever. Possibly, maybe. This is reserved, this is reserved. Well, it doesn't exist. That's how you negate stuff. But this is reserved, possibly. Maybe this, honestly. Maybe you just throw it back. Like the pipe throws the value here, and then you throw back the value. I know it's funny. But what else can we do? Paragraph sign? No, nobody has that on the keyboard. I just have a European keyboard. A slash. Ooh, a slash. Because that means cut. Ooh. Do we do that? Possibly. Or we can just do break. No. So in case I actually do normal blocks on loops, I would have to do it like that, or maybe like Lua though. Maybe like Lua, possibly. So it'd be this. If I wanted to do like Lua. Or this, I don't know. Oh wait, no, I can't do it like that. I really can't do it like that. Because it's already taken. And this is already taken. Or is it though? Yeah, it's taken for table. No. Wait, it's not. It's not. So blocks can be defined like this. And what do we think of this? Right, and so it's break, the block name, and then the value that you want to break with. What do we think of this? That's fascinating. We can actually do a go-to instead, which would be super funny, but we can't. We can't because I'll have to implement that, and that's a ton of work. You know what? Tell me what you think. Tell me what you find the most convenient in here. I quite like the square syntax. It matters for geometry, which I'm gonna talk about a little bit later. But there's some geometry in code which immediately gives you information. So when you zoom out like this, you understand what it is without seeing it. So square brackets like that actually matter quite a bit. But that's a whole different topic. I probably shouldn't get nerd sniped. Yeah, thank you for listening. Give me some feedback in the comments.